Cares. You said something, but I'm not listening. My whole world is caving in. I'm on a plane in 3 days. A date with the devil, my fate holds. I can't keep my feet on the ground. I know better. Mind is severed. Ties long ago. No, I don't fear what I might do. What I care. My house is on fire, loved ones gone missing. Need help getting out of bed. I'm in a go again. Same cross and crown, the ones you had since we were young. Sweetheart, man, assholes accept games, pretty turn. I propose our destinies decided. Never ending game, consequences. I'm too tired to play. What about her? I don't know. She stands not me enough. What she might.
What is up, everyone? Just getting a few things ready to run my workbench here. Stations. How's everybody doing today? Happy Friday. How y'all feeling? Just checking out our friend Daredevil here and kind of plotting out what I want to do today. Anything I want to fix. So the main point of attention I'm paying today is I want to dull down the Daredevil. It's too glossy. The lettering is. And then the spaces where the paint is scratched off on the costume, I want to, it's hard to explain, but there's like there's a detail missing in here, and it'll make more sense when I start working on it. But I want to add that detail to the costume because I think it's important, and it adds to the areas where the paint has scraped off on his costume. You can see that in the pictures from the TV show references. If you look closely at the areas where there's a tear, there's almost like a white uh, scraping thing going on around the red areas. And I want to replicate that because it really adds to the damage effect on his costume. If that makes sense, I hope. I may start working on the gloves today too. He's fully gloved, so I'm just going to go kind of exactly by the TV series uh, gloves that they have on him. One of these days, I really want to try out magnets. Hey, Jen, happy Friday! Happy Friday! My wife is homesick today. She's had like a sinus infection. Her work sent her home early yesterday, and now I'm sitting here hoping I'm not getting it. Yeah, me too. Thanks, Jen. Need to look at some color references or picture references here. Hey, calm down. So, you see what I'm talking about here in the photo reference, that how it's kind of smudged along the edges. You know, it's real subtle, but it's there. It's not everywhere either. It's just certain spots, like along the left edge. That's what I want to replicate. I never sound so hot. If I sounded hot, I'd sound like Brad Pitt or something, or whatever a hot guy sounds like. What's up, Bean? Do I even have any friggin' paint left in this thing? No, not really. Well, guess I'll just make my own light gray. There's another thing I love about this paint shaker is that it holds bottles of this size, you know. Oh, you guys are having a heat wave out there, huh? Yeah, I have acetone. No denatured though. I could do that, Jen. I could do that, but the problem would be is that it won't add that tiny little white detail in the costume. And the other issue I'm having too is that it's such a minor detail. I really don't want to overdo it, and I'm gonna pick a swatch area, probably like, along the back here, to do a test run with it and see how I feel that it looks, um, from viewing distance, and then go from there. And then after that, maybe I'll try your idea, but I don't think it's going to leave behind the artifact, the detail I'm looking for. It's such a minor detail too, but I want to do it because every time I look at the picture references and then look at my piece, I'm like, that's not it. Yep, that's it. That's working. That is achieving the effect, but it's still not light enough. I'm going to go a little lighter with the gray. One more drop. Well, I hope everybody is having an amazing Friday and you guys are feeling good. Hope you guys have some cool plans for the weekend. Maybe you're going to be celebrating Father's Day, maybe not. Feel free to leave in the chat what you guys plan on doing. And while we're at it too, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. It's my obligatory ask in the live stream. Really helps out the channel. And but believe it or not, I actually am trying to grow my channel a little bit. Just a little bit. Be cool to get some more people in here to play with us. And yeah, every like and every subscribe helps out big time. Feel free to even share the channel with somebody that you think might enjoy it too. And I understand if you don't. I tell everybody the same thing. When people ask about, oh, what do you do on your YouTube channel? And I just tell them, like, well, I paint dolls basically, and it's really boring shit if it's not something that you're into. But I've also heard people say, no, it's actually pretty relaxing to watch. I don't build anything, but I like watching it. Like, cool. Thanks. That's dope. And if you like a little variety in your life too, definitely don't forget to go check out guys like Gambit Neo, who's here with us in the chat. Uh, he's got some awesome content and a really fun channel to watch. I thoroughly enjoy watching his stuff, and he just started live streaming too, which I'm very proud of him for. Live stream or making videos all the time. Anybody can tell you that does this. It's rough. It takes a lot of work and a lot of time to put a video together. And live streaming is really fun and interactive, which is really cool. I love the format myself. I don't know that I'll really ever go back to making videos regularly, just because this format really works for my timeline in my life. Uh, so yeah, really proud of Gambit for getting on the live streams with us and joining the masses. And also, I can't forget to shout out to Bean 3D. He's doing some crazy work over there as well. Right now, I hear he's working on Bumblebee from the Transformers. So we're all pretty excited to see some content with Bumblebee coming at you like a spider monkey. Okay, so now if you look at my paintwork there, it makes the tears make a lot more sense. The color shifting there. I think I'm achieving exactly what I'm looking at in the photo references. I like the way it's looking. So I think I'm going to keep running with that. Hey, man, we're all noobs. We're all noobs, dude. I've been playing guitar for 30 plus years. I'm still a noob. I've been drawing and painting my entire life. I'm still a noob, dude. We all have something to learn every day, man, no matter how long you've been doing it. The human quest to be better than you are at something every day is it's a struggle, and we're always our own worst critics, but I try to remind myself and my friends, don't be so hard on yourself, man. Like, you know just enjoy what you're doing, and love yourself for the fact that you're doing it, and it makes you happy, like that's the most important thing, is that you're having fun and you're happy and enjoying this crazy hobby of ours, because that's really all it's about, man. That's it. Life's too short to be so hard on ourselves. That one little bit of detail there really, really helps break up that tear. It doesn't look so 2D, you know. That really makes it look a lot better. I'm gonna keep running with that. Yeah, I'm stoked on that. Let's see. Let me catch up to the chat here a little bit. Now that I know what I'm doing, I'm stoked on that. That's looking cool. It changes the whole look on the tears and stuff. I love it. I love it. Okay, Bean says, so far so good. Jen saying it's a Friday. Fuck yes, it is Friday. I'm very happy about that. Not that I'm working right now, but I mean, I got to go back to work in September. Oh, yeah. Gambit says, what are you working on, Jen? Yes, Jen, what are you working on? They're not dolls, they're action figures. Jen, action figures have joints and can be moved into different posable positions. They're not sedentary. These are dolls. They just sit up on the shelf on display and look pretty. Bean says spot on. No, Bean, you're not spot on. She's not spot on. If you aren't learning, you're doing it wrong. Bird Dog, what's up, dude? I'm so sorry I didn't see you in here. I was like staring at this thing. I didn't catch you in there. Guys, Bird Dog's in the house. What an honor to have you on the channel, man. Bird Dog was one of the mods over at I know you guys might be, some of you non-skateboarders might be sick of hearing me say Chad Caruso, but shout out to Chad Caruso for skateboarding across America for charity. And Bird Dog was one of the moderators in there, and just an awesome dude, super amazing musician too. So big shout out and much love to Bird Dog. Heading down to the river for a swim. Awesome, dude. Yeah, thanks, Bird Dog. Oh man, no, the honor's all mine, dude. I appreciate you coming in, man. I really appreciate it. It's an action figure paused in time. You're not wrong, Bean. It's a still shot. There's nothing wrong with that. Now I'm caught up with the chat. I'm stoked on the way, really happy with the way this little minor detail with the light gray on these tears is really making that detail pop. So I'm gonna keep running with that right now, because that was kind of a major detail I wanted to get into today. That shouldn't take very long either. So this is a little bit of 92 IPA or 91 IPA. and I'm going to just use that to keep my brush clean, get that paint that tends to dry on there. It's a really good way to get it off quickly, get your brush shaped. So I just did a simple mix of a light gray, just cheap primer paints basically. And I don't want a totally loaded brush. Almost like dry brush, you know, I'm just very lightly rubbing the paint onto the area where I want it to go. Just almost kind of stabbing it on there. And it's working really, one thing I'm noticing is it's working really nicely on this textured uh, suit that he's got on, the way they did it. And again, I'm just going by that photo reference I showed you guys a bit ago, with how the costume designer painted it. So one of the relics left behind from pulling the masking off while the paint dried a little bit, there's little tiny bits of paint that are still like stuck, and I'm leaving those on there because it adds a little more 3D to it. Bean's got a thunderstorm at the moment. Oh man, yeah. Yeah, pop in, man. Bird dog. Love you, dude. Yeah, enjoy the swim, man. It's I'm here on the Pacific coast in California, and it's just overcast marine layer right now, like 65 out. It's pretty nice. Kind of always like that in May and June. Oh, Jen, you made that fully articulated. That's sweet. I mean, yeah, it can be done if you want to do that. You can make action figures, 100%. You guys able to see okay? Like, is my camera coming in clear? Oh, you did that in high school. That's cool, Jen. Don't have the patience for it anymore. Yeah, patience is tough when you're our age, just because it's like the days keep getting shorter, the months keep getting shorter, our time on the planet keeps feeling shorter, and you want to get everything done you can. You definitely start becoming a little more aware of mortality the older you get, and you really start enjoying yourself. And it's like just in time for us to enjoy life, we start reminding ourselves that we're going to die eventually, so we want to start getting as much done as possible. That's why I was saying, like, we got to remember not to be so hard on ourselves. There's only so much time we got, and all that matters is that we're having a good time and enjoying what we're doing for our hobbies and stuff. And being nice to each other is a good thing to do. I think that looks sick. That helps out that detail so much. Especially looking at it from a distance. Sorry, guys. Just in camera angle. Hey, Krista, how are you? Good to see you. Hope you're feeling good today. That's cool. Bird Dog just stopped in for a minute, too. Everybody, Krista is also one of another uh, viewer from Chad Caruso's page that decided to show me enough love and come over and visit the channel when I'm painting sometimes. Super cool of you to stop by. Thank you, thank you. Hope you're having a good Friday. Oh, thanks, Jen. Jen says this looks good. Awesome. Feels good. Looks good to me. I'm enjoying it. So I'm just building up a little paint on the edge and then giving it a little swipe. You can see kind of what that does is helps blend it so it's not such a stark looking contrast.
Tell me again what you were thinking when You were, you got that bruise tattoo, forever black and blue. You won't say, you don't say anything that anyone can hold you to. I hope I don't make the foolish mistakes I know you made. 'Cause I can see in the things that you don't say, people that you don't see.
Oh, thank you so much for the compliment, Krista. I appreciate it. Yeah, I had this idea today to add some dimension to the tears in the costume by doing what you're seeing now with this gray paint, smudging it in that way, and it's definitely really helping bring out the costume detail. Krista, if I was to sell this one, I would probably price this one at 600, based on time, materials, hours, time, of course. Main thing is time. Um, but yeah, about 600 for this one. And this is a 1/6 scale figure. So something in like 1/4 scale would go for about 800 in this in 1/4 scale. 1/4 scale would be about 24 inches tall. Pretty big. Like the gambit I did on my channel was a commission, and that one sold for 800. Only because there was lights and all that stuff. You think that's a good price, Bean? I'm glad you think so. I mean, I know it's not cheap, you know, and I always tell people, like, cool, if you want to spend less than that, you're welcome to go buy Hot Toys collectibles or something, and even then you're getting something mass produced, from a factory, and there's no love put into it. Not in my opinion. I think some of the painters over there do have some love. Same with Sideshow. It's a sausage factory. Uh, Private artists like myself, I tell people straight up, like, I know I'm expensive. It's 49 years of practicing the arts, drawing, sculpting, painting, you know, all of the above and beyond. And yeah, I mean, and to be fair too, like a lot of the artists I see out there that are selling we get to talking and it's like, oh, what do you charge for your models? And, they'll tell me some low number and they're doing really, really good work. And I'm like, dude, you should be asking like triple that amount, you know? And I get the same answer a lot. And it's, oh, well, they just don't sell if I price them that high. I'm like, well, then don't sell them because you're undercutting yourself tremendously, yourself and your skills, and by all means, you should charge what you feel like you're worth, what your work is worth. And if somebody doesn't like it, then they're clearly not in your price range, and it's that simple. I know artists that choose to give theirs away. That's fine. You're welcome to it. Generally, my shit's not for free. Uh, and I'm okay with that. They always sell eventually. And not that, and I want to preface too and say that, I don't think that that's what you meant or anything like that, Krista, or what you were saying. Not at all. Uh, just the question does come up often, and one second here, and I'll try to catch up with the chat. All right, let me catch up with the chat here real quick. I need to stand up and get a drink real quick. I'm really happy with the way this detail is turning out, though, on the tears. Even stepping back and looking at it too, I'm really stoked on how it's looking. Just the DD is driving me crazy right now because it's too glossy. It's got too much shimmer and shine to it. Oh, I gotta stretch me aching bones. Oh, all right, let's see here. Krista's in the house. Okay, Krista says, I'm curious. Always wanted to get something like this of Brandon Lee as the Crow. I actually have a really, really good Crow file um, with Brandon's face. And I've been kind of wanting to do that one, but I just haven't really felt it yet. Um, if you want to commission me to do something like that for you, Krista, I totally could do that. Um, we can't get, Jen says we can't get the value of our work. Way too much goes into it. I agree completely. Oh, the accents you're adding is making the costume pop. Thank you, Krista. Bean says, when I sold my April O'Neil model, which was fantastic, by the way, dude, your April is dope. I'm a huge Ninja Turtles fan, dude, and you killed it with April. Um, he sold his April O'Neil model. The dude tried to haggle with you, and I just put my foot down and said, if you can get it somewhere else for cheaper, yep, you can fuck right off. A month later, he was back. I've had that happen before too. That's kind of what that's a similar thing that happened to me with my Juggernaut that I still have sitting up on the shelf, by the way. That was a commission order, and then the buyer backed out of it. And he's been sitting up there ever since. I'm fine with that, it's okay. It's just that much longer I've been able to sit back and enjoy that model. There's parts about it that I would like to fix. There's some gaps in his arms and stuff like that. I even lowered my price. I was new to 3D printing at the time, just not new to painting, and I lowered the price by like $200. He said something like his wife was going to kill him if he bought it or whatever. And I'm like, that's between you two, He wanted me to paint it. I painted it, and now you don't want it. That's cool. He's asked me one time if I still have it, so you never know. I'm not worried about it. Your accountant said it's not available due to my financial profile. I understand that 100%. We might be able to work something out though. We'll figure it out. No worries, no hurries. I'm gonna be around for a while. Yeah, Bean, that's how I do it. I do 50% down, 50% on the order and 50% on completion. That's what I do. That's what I do now, I should say. It's not like I don't want to put a lot of work into something only to have the person turn back around anymore and say, I don't really want it. It's like, well, I didn't want to paint that fucking thing. I only did that because you commissioned me to do it, you know, and I spent all this time and materials working on this, and now you don't want to buy it. Like, no, I'm not doing that shit no more. And anybody watching the live streams, of any of us painting, this is some serious shit. It's no small task for us to do this. It's not. There's a lot of work that goes into this, and it's we deserve to get paid. It's not even just the resin and the paint to me, man. It's the 45 years, 47 years of blood, sweat, tears, and joy and everything, learning how to draw and paint and everything we do. It's that experience that you're buying. It's the love that you're going to get from me creating something for you. I take my artwork very, very seriously. you know yeah, absolutely, Bean. And that's one thing I do enjoy about non-commissioned pieces too, is that I really get to enjoy, this is something I picked out. I wanted to do this, and here I am. Now I have some other details I want to put on this guy, but I'm gonna start real quick by just putting a flat coat on here on the lettering. And what I'm going to use to do that, Citadel makes a technical paint called it's a Storm Shield, and this is a flat varnish that I really like. It just brushes on. Thank you, Gambit. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm really digging it. Like, it was just way the contrast between the black and the red was way too stark, and adding that little detail, I think that's why they did that to the costume in the TV show, maybe too, was to kind of animate these battle scars on his costume, and it really works with the paint too. No, I totally agree with you, Krista. 100%. It's very true. So slightly damp brush and not too much paint on there of the art coat. And that's going to cut that gloss out on these letters. Oh shit. What was that? Dipped it into the gray. Nope, nope. It's not time for that yet. That's going to be dry brushed on. You know, that was really cool that Bird Dog popped in, man. I was stoked to see him. That's cool. Krista's comment about never understand the artists that literally make a few strokes on with a brush on a canvas and be paid thousands of dollars. Hey, they deserve it. All of it. They fucking deserve it because why not? You know, if you make something even with a brush stroke or two that sells for thousands of dollars, you're just doing it right. Just my humble opinion on that. Yeah, Bird Dog's way cool. Oh yeah, you and me being you and me both being. Just tell me how this ends. I'm forgiven. I'm forgotten. I'm forsaken. I'm forever on trial. You gotta respect the hustle. That's all I'm saying. At the table, visited gentle. Just another cautionary tale. Once all the time I spent posing, pretending, posturing. Could have learned another language with more songs. Could have saved my marriage. So what I'm doing now is just adding really subtle highlight around the costume, bringing up these details on the stitching a little more. Just adding a tiny bit of edge highlight. Could actually go a tiny bit brighter on that. I'm forgiven. I'm forgotten. It's also helping lift these really minor textures in the costume out. It almost lift it a little bit more. I hate those kind of artists. Tell us how you really feel, Jen. I've always just kind of been, hey, more power to you. You know, if you can get that kind of money for your work, then awesome. I try not to hate anyone on anyone for being successful. Now it's really starting to pop. Highlights are so undervalued and underappreciated. I could make something beautiful or glue pink jelly beans on a 1970s phone and cover it in glitter, and that piece of crap would sell first. You fucking get on it, Jen. Make that money. What's up, Aaron? How are you, dude? Happy Friday, my friend. Big love to you and the wife. Big love to everybody in the house. Happy Friday, everyone. And I'm just getting happier and happier with the way this costume's starting to turn out. I'm just dry brushing on some really subtle highlights here and there. There's some textures in the armor that are probably really difficult to see on camera, but they're there. And by dry brushing just really lightly on top of that, it helps lift some of these details out. Might be able to see it. I don't know. I got a better phone, so there's some very subtle like wrinkles in the costume you can see when the light picks it up. And by adding just a really fine dry brush to that, I'm using a color called Deck Tan by Vallejo. This is the Deck Tan, and I'm just really lightly dry brushing on there um, with an actually dry brush. I didn't add any water to the bristles. I want the highlight to be really soft. And I'm also using it to bring out these edges here on the armor plating and such. It's really good at helping break up the different pieces of armor too. I also don't want to overdo it, you know, just very subtle. It's going to help bring out a little more definition and separation in these straps. Again, it's subtle, but it's going to trick your eyes into believing that these are just real natural highlights that you would see if this costume was standing in front of you on a person. You see it brings that really fine detail out on the fabric. See, you can see it just picking up these gentle little highlights, just tiniest amount of paint on the brush. It goes a long way. So, what's everybody's plans for Father's Day out there? If your dads are still around, I hope you guys get to enjoy some time with your dads. And if your dad's not around, I'm so sorry. And just know that we're all thinking about the guy. Or maybe you hate your dad. I don't know. It could be a sore subject. I don't mean to offend anybody. That's okay too.
I'm not going anywhere tonight. So something said, I know, it's meant well. It still hurt like hell. It's okay. It's alright, it's just that I'm a little tired of being interest. Boys and girls. Who know me? Who know me? I wanna stay, I'm gonna stay, not the same, baby. In time. I'm not making promises in life.
So Bean says, oh, thanks, Jen, with the highlights there. Appreciate it. Price is going to jump at least $200. Oh, thanks, Bean. Too kind, man. I'm just going with what I feel like as I'm working on it. Like, I don't really have a plan when I go into it. I just know what I'm feeling and I kind of go from there.
I know you. What you wanna say? Worst of ways. I'm afraid maybe too late. I'm not going anywhere. I don't want to. I don't have to. It's my right. You're fucking me sometimes.
That's it. I don't want to go any farther than that. Yeah, between the highlights and the highlights on the tears, I'm really, really, really happy with that. Totally digging how that's working out. Shit as always. So what I'm doing now is just the same gray that I used to bring out some of the details on the costume and stuff. Um, Doing that again on the tears, just lightening them up a little bit. And then I'm preparing the eyes. Now I want to do a little more of that detail in the tears on the head. I'm just using that same gray. The autofocus is still off. I think it's through YouTube because I checked on my camera last night and my focus settings and everything's fine. I just have to keep it a little farther away, I guess. Does that look better? Hopefully. Tim Fine in the house. What's up, Tim? How you doing, buddy? How are you feeling today, my friend? Then we got Krista, Bird Dogs in the house today. I freaking appreciate you guys, man. You guys are awesome. Gambit, everybody's hanging out. Love it. Where's Jerry at? I miss Jerry. Jerry needs to be in here. He's probably hanging out with his wife, though, which is awesome. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. You too, Jerry. Especially the daughter daddies, because we're the best. We're awesome. No offense. Big loves to all the dads. All the dads. Yeah. Oi! Oi, Tim! Yeah, Bird Dog even stopped by earlier, man. It was super cool. He said he was going to head down to the river to go for a swim and hopefully pop back in when he gets back. So that's cool. Yeah, thank you guys, everyone, for stopping in. You got Bird Dog, Tim, Krista, all from coming over from Chad Caruso's channel. Big shout out and much love to Chad Caruso, another fellow father out there. Happy Father's Day. Big shout out to Gambit Neo. Gambit's a dad. Happy Father's Day. Same to Bean. I think Bean's got kids. Happy Father's Day. Hopefully, your wives all take you out to dinner. Like Mother's Day, all the moms get spoiled, and then on Father's Day, we have to barbecue. That's usually how it goes down. But that's okay with me. I love barbecue. Yummy. Yeah, Bird Dog, man, he's living the life, dude. Everything I've heard him say about where he's living, man, it just sounds freaking fucking beautiful. Like, and don't get me wrong, like I love where I live too. It's fucking gorgeous here. I'm like right on the Pacific coast. The weather's like perfect all year round. I'm not complaining. Damn near perfect all the time. Proper South African bride. I hope I'm pronouncing that right tomorrow. What is that? Sounds cool. That's for sure. Like barbecue, just but what's better than fucking barbecue? Sign me up. That sounds incredible. I didn't think there was anything better than barbecue, and you come along, Bean, and just fucking ruin everything I thought I knew. And I have to tell you, that's pretty vague. You don't say it's like barbecue, but better. You have to explain that shit. You have to explain that. So I'm just putting some gray down right now to get the lenses ready. And the lenses are done in like a dark, like purplish red on his headpiece. So that's what I'm gonna do. It's a culture you have in South Africa. Steak, ribs, chicken, and company. Fucking A, dude. That just sounds like a barbecue. But specifically it's steak and ribs, chicken. So what kind of ribs? I'm assuming pork ribs compared to sliced bread. It's the greatest thing. It sounds great. That sounds like amazing. No, that's okay, man. You're explaining it just fine, dude. We're all over here salivating. Or at least I know I am. It's always about the company, though, for sure. Ever since COVID, my wife and I just don't really have people over anymore. I don't know. It's kind of miss it, but at the same time, I don't mind not having that. I don't have to clean up after anybody, so that's kind of cool. But I do miss I love cooking for people, so that's the one thing that I miss about like having people over a lot. It sounds like fun though. That's all I know. I love people. I love cooking for people. I love hanging out. Okay, now there's a very specific color I have in mind for these lenses on his head. Think I think it's this Flesh Terrors red is what I'm thinking of. Yep, that's it. That's not, it's actually, I don't think it's very strange to not have an English translation for something, you know? I mean, English is honestly pretty limited in itself. When we were more Latin based, it would have been a different story, I think. Portrait time. Here, this is how much there is of portrait. That's it. This is so simple when it comes to portrait parts. I'm not doing the skin yet, though. I'm not going to do that until last. I'm making sure I'm happy with everything else, and I still gotta. This is actually the color I wanted for the lenses. It's this volupus pink, whatever the hell that means. Citadel has like the weirdest names for their colors. So I'm going to take some of this paint and put it on my wet palette. I know. What's a volupus? Yeah, Citadel cracks me up with their names on some of their paints. I would say like 99% of their paint. I really, really like it though. It's really quality, good paint. The bottles piss me off. I don't like the containers that they put their paint in. They're doomed to fail if you're not really careful about them or close them properly. Uh, but they designed it that way on purpose. You know, people are gonna fuck up, and you, you know your paints. You're gonna go to use that paint, and it's gonna be all dried out because you didn't close the lid well enough. So what I want to do is get this color down. And then once I have this color down, I'm going to be adding a gloss varnish over the top of it, pretty thick. And that's going to create the effect of these being a lens. So they're going to have a little bit of dimension to them. It'll make more sense when we get to that part. You can see it's a different color red. Yeah, Citadel is Warhammer 40,000K. So yeah, exactly, Aaron. Yeah, it's all stuff that's in the storyboard storylines for Warhammer 40,000K stuff. So whatever a volupus is, it's something in that world. Okay, I'm happy with how those are looking. So now I'm going to move on to the varnish. And again, I use the same trick with my eyeballs when I'm doing the eyeballs. I like to put the varnish coat, you put a layer of varnish down, and then you're gonna paint more detail over that, and then you add another thin coat of varnish. So it builds dimension to the eyeball. It's hard to explain unless I'm painting it. Um, but it makes the eyeball look more 3D, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It doesn't photograph well, so you never really get to see the effect on camera. Because once that gloss goes on, your model's never going to photograph right. It's always that being said too. If you want to photograph your models, if you have skin and eyeballs and all that stuff, if you're going to photograph them, do your photographs before you put your gloss coat on the eyeball, and then you're going to get a more accurate portrait picture of the face. Those eyeballs aren't going to reflect any light off of them in your portrait, in your photographs, and it's going to look better. I promise. I promise you're going to like the pictures better. Once you're done taking all of your glamour shots of your model, then go ahead and, put the gloss coat on the eyeballs to finish it off. Because that's something that you're going to look at in person, but on camera, it looks terrible. So always do your gloss coat after you do your glamour shots. Just a tip. So this is the gloss coat I'm using. It's the technical paint again by Citadel, and it's called Ard Coat. And this is a gloss varnish. Absolutely love this stuff for eyeballs. You can also use UV resin for this part if you want. That's another thing you can use. The UV resin I have, though, I wouldn't want to use it for this application. I'm going to create a lens just by building up this gloss. So it looks a little funky right now, but once that dries, it's going to look like a lens. Just kind of using like little stabbing motions to get that surface tension to work with me and get the, just kind of pushing the paint into the spot where it needs to be. Not helping that my arm's twitching like crazy today. Yay, nerve problems. My pain meds are ready today, though, so at least I'll have some Twitch free days coming up. That'll be nice. And then I'm just going to take a Q-tip and just gently wipe around the edge of the eyeball before that dries, or the lens, I should say, in this case. And there we go. When that dries, it'll be perfectly clear and it'll look like Daredevil costume, face, eyes stuff. All right, now I can take those magnifiers off for a minute. Let me look at the chat here. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. There we go. Let me catch up with the chat. Sorry, guys. I kind of freeze up when I'm doing like detail shit. It's really hard for me to like talk and look at the chat. Volupus voluptuous. Yeah, there's okay. I'm gonna do some test tracks really quick. Hopefully, we're still rolling when I get back. I should be on till like maybe 5 today. To the nerve. Okay, gotta do some test. Okay. Hey, Grumpy Vet Creations is in the house. Big shout out to Jerry over there. Dude, how you been, man? How you feeling today? I was asking everybody earlier what their plans for Father's Day are. I know you're a dad. What do you got going on? It's about time you show up. Hey, go easy on the guy. Yeah, we missed you, man. How was vacation? Ah, okay, let's see. I think I'm good with that. Feeling good about that. All right. And take a look at his head here. You ain't got no arms. Lieutenant Dan, you ain't got no arms. Overall, I think I'm pretty friggin' stoked on that now. I think I'm ready to move on to the gloves. Put him back here or something. He's looking cool. All right, I'm happy with that. We've got gloves. Got to do the staff too. I haven't really looked at what this is supposed to look like yet. So that'll be fun. And then we'll paint all these little bags and tchotchkes that are going to go on his utility belt. So big shout out to Grumpy Vet Creations, you guys. Let's definitely give him support. Cruise over to his channel. You're not going to see any videos on there yet because he's not totally active, but this dude is prepping to get out there and show off his talent. Another fantastic artist. I've seen some of his work and I'm blown away by it. Feel free to get over to his channel and give him a subscribe. He's going to hopefully be going live before too long, and we want to get over there and show him some love and support. Um, Jerry's a veteran and a good friend of the channel. He's like one of our legacy viewers. He's been hanging out with us for quite a while, putting up with my shit, and just hanging out, being a cool dude. So show the guy some love. How's the wife doing? I hope Jennifer's doing great. Yeah, man, we love you. Of course, we missed you. Some of us do need time. Sometimes you gotta take time in order to have time, or something like that. I'm so glad you're recording all that, dude, because I really, really want to see the Batman. Okay. have no idea how I'm supposed to paint these gloves, so I'm going to look at some picture references real quick. So those gauntlets are kind of like the black and red too, like scraped up. Um, just looking at some picture references here to see how I want to do this. Okay, so these things on his hand are black, and then the fingers are red. Trying to decide how I want to do the gloves. Just running a little alcohol through my airbrush real quick, and then I'm going to start painting up these wrist and arm fist gauntlet thingies. And I think I want to do them the same way I did the costume overall. Because all the photo references I'm looking at, there's kind of the same thing going on. Like his hands are a little beat up, some of the paint's coming off. So I think I want to stick with that. There's another one. Okay, this is exactly the same. These are black. It's black, black, black. So they're black. But I still need to do it the same way because he's got big. Yeah. All right. I know exactly what I'm going to do. Now I can go back to the chat. Chit chat. Right. Oh, dude, it's huge. Guys, this thing's huge. I've seen Jerry's shared a few pictures with me of this model, and holy shit, it's big. It's big. And you're doing this for your boy, right? If I remember right. What the hell am I looking for here? Oh yeah, I need more of my little medicine cups. Oh, yeah, it's gonna light up too. Yeah, it is sick. And remind me who sculpted that model. Which Batman is it? It's such a cool friggin' model. Oh, you got it off CG Trader. Okay. I'm sure we could find it. Yeah. No, if you can, if you want to, if you figure out what that is, that's awesome. No worries. If anybody else wants to download it, check it out. If you're into Batman, it's a really kick-ass Batman sculpt. It's really nice, but it is big. I suppose you could scale it down too if you wanted to, of course. Oh wow! Oh my God, 200%. You did that to yourself, dude. Yeah, it's gonna look so dope though. Probably makes it easier to paint too. I always like painting on larger scale. It's just so much easier to get into those details. Your English is fine, Gambit. You do just fine, buddy. It's good enough. I'm realizing that I'm a lot closer to the finish line with this model than I was really kind of giving it credit for. Pascal Ackerman. Okay. File's called Batman on the Bat Signal Collectible. It is a collectible, man. Yeah, like if you guys like Batman, dude, it's an awesome Batman sculpt. So again, that was Pascal Ackerman, Batman on the Bat Signal collectible. Yeah, I'm really excited to see that one, man. I'm just cleaning out my airbrush real quick here, dumping some paint, putting some more paint in. Guys, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Oh, if you haven't already, Daredevil just took a spill. Oh, where are we at here? Dude, where'd that roll off to? Son of a bitch. Oh, is that him? There he is. And we're safe. Okay, cool. Saved him. He's okay. Put him somewhere safer. That could have been bad. No, that's not what I want to do. Okay. So, in the same way I did Daredevil's body, I took the body parts, painted white first, and then I'm going to put red down, and then mask off the spots I want to stay red, and then paint it black again. And then we're going to peel off that masking, and that's going to leave the red scratches underneath. And then we add a little bit of detail to that, and then we're done with the gloves. I really want to find some other music. Collection. Stations.
I know you've been going through a little brightness, and it seems like things will never be the same. All the creatures in the forest at the game should be gone before the morning rain. Oh, we can't predict the changes in the weather. That's the thing that even weathering it wrong. You don't have to bear the world on your shoulder. Better than honest. Some color in this cursed
So I'm basically just concentrating the red in the areas that I'm going to need it to be in. I hear a clog happening.
you think you're gonna fall. The window in my baby's eyes. See up here, turn right. And this picture will be burned into my mind. Long before we even go our separate ways. It's the color of your broken smile. Soon stand over the fire.
I think we've talked about that before. Like, I'm not a huge anime guy myself. Nothing against it at all. I have my favorite animes like Akira, Ninja Scroll is like one of my all-time favorite films. I mostly follow like anime movies, the ones that I know. Most of the ones I know are pretty old. They've been out for many, many years. Jay Gambit's a big, or Jerry Saney's a big fan of Red Hood. I like Red Hood. I didn't follow the comic book, but I like the outfit and everything. The look of him is cool looking character. So I use these little squirt bottle guys. It's like a hospital bottle thing for cleaning wounds and shit like that. They're great for your airbrush cleaning stuff. I use them for everything, but it's really good at getting paint in there or water, squirt water down there and get them cleaned out. Kind of mess free. All right. For those of you guys who didn't see the masking, how I did it with the first body parts and stuff, you get to see that now. It's really, really simple. You know, you paint what you want to see underneath, and then you're gonna mask it off with the stuff. Most of you guys know what this is, but for anybody watching that doesn't know what this is for or is watching later, it's liquid mask. It's basically latex. And the way I like to use it is I'll just put a little bit in a cup and find an old shitty brush to brush it on with. In which case, I'm just going to use this one. I don't really have any love for it. Because once you use a brush with this stuff, I mean, I guess acetone might work on it. You could try that. But it's pretty much done after that. But we can try acetone and see if that turns it around. So what I'm going to do is get some on my brush and just go ahead and draw in where I want the scratches or whatever to be on his costume. And I am going by the TV show. Again, I want as close to screen accurate as possible. So those are our scratch marks. I'll put one like down here on the hand. That looks good. So we'll set that one aside. Let that stuff dry for a few. And then same thing on the left arm in different areas. And I'm just kind of making it up, but I'm also going by reference photos. And to anybody who hasn't seen Daredevil yet on Disney, I know it's Disney, whatever you want to think about them and shit, but um, they did an absolutely fantastic job working on Daredevil. And for everybody involved, big shout outs to everybody because the Daredevil is amazing, as with, same with John Bernthal playing Punisher. I mean, just, those guys just all did a masterclass in bringing those characters to life. So big shout outs to all you guys for that. There, so now we've got our masking on, and I'm gonna go ahead and soak this brush in alcohol, and I know that's not gonna do shit to get that stuff off. Again, I don't really care because it's just a shitty old brush. I don't even buy these brushes anymore. So I'm just gonna throw it out. Or I could save it to paint on more. Yeah, we'll save it. I know this it would kill Jen if I threw it away, and I don't want to ruin her day. It's supposed to be Friday, a good start to the weekend, so we'll put that brush back and use it for latex on something else someday. And once you pour this shit in a cup, don't pour it back in the bottle because this stuff starts coagulating and getting shitty really quick. And I don't recommend putting it back in the bottle. Yep, we saved you. We saved your brush, Jen. You're okay. Put lights in the bat signal, and then the sun can have the. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, that's cool. I'm the same way, dude. I like to turn the lights off when I'm gaming. You don't want that glare on the TV. Might not see someone's trying to sneak up on you and be able to turn around and shoot them in time. So now I'm gonna gear back up with my black. Get that ready. And the black I'm using for this costume, all these costume bits, is just the Vallejo primer, matte black primer. Your spry bot you made out of IKEA furniture. Oh, okay. Oh, spray booth. Sprybot. I like Sprybot. Yeah, your spray booth is pretty dope. Jerry has a pretty cool one too. So again, for anybody just tuning in, thanks for stopping by and hanging out with me on this fine fucking Friday. I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys are all having a great weekend or start to the weekend, or yeah, your weekend's already starting. Well, I get a lot of viewers from like the East Coast and other countries. So for some of you guys, it's like midnight. But want to give a big shout out to Gambit Neo out there and Grumpy Vet Creations. Guys, when you get a chance, go check out their channels. Also, the Bean 3D. Jennifer G, we're waiting on a channel from her. So hopefully someday she'll get around it. I want a spry bot too. I totally want a spry bot. I picture this little bot that's all nimbly gimby and spry. but yeah, please go check out other channels. We all support each other here, and I have no problem giving shout outs to dope channels out there. That being said, I also need to remember to give a big shout out to Sergeant Digital Designs. What's up, Derek? If you guys ever get a chance, go check out Sergeant Digital Designs on YouTube. He does some amazing content. Dude's a super talented artist. Highly recommend his channel. He's fun to watch too. Guy's super entertaining. And again, Grumpy Vet Creations will be along eventually when he's ready to start posting. So feel free to subscribe and click those bell notifications so that you know exactly when he posts his first video, because it's going to be a good one. I promise. He's working on some really cool shit. Also, the Bean 3D. Try not to forget anyone if I can help it. And if I am forgetting you, say something in the chat. Just jump in and say, hey, don't, what about me? You know, because I want you to check out everybody's channels. Tim Fine, big shout out to Tim and Krista coming over from Chad Caruso's page. Big love to you guys. Tim's got some cool punk songs and stuff that he does. Tim's a fellow musician. Feel free to go subscribe to his channel as well and give him some love. And then Bean is saying good night. He's got to hit the sack. Dude, it's Friday night, man. You can stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, have a good night's sleep, dude. Feel good, man. Big love to you and the family. Say hi to the wife for us all. Um, Trying to get this little thing out of here. Come on out of there. There we go. And yeah, if I'm forgetting anybody, please jump in and say hi. Also, a big shout out to Chad Caruso as well for just skateboarding across the United States for charity. That was absolutely amazing to watch. Most of my subscribers were kind of following along vicariously because I was playing that on. I was playing his live stream while I was live streaming even. Uh, so big shout out to Chad Caruso and all in the Legion. Have a good night, Bean. Big love to you, dude. So this stuff you can tell it's pretty dry when it gets really transparent and clear, like the blue all tends to go away, and you know that's it's dry enough and ready to where you can go ahead and paint over it. And I like where I see it's at right now. So I'm going to go ahead and get my black primer coat ready that I'm using for this model. And I'm just going straight out of the bottle with it, right into the brush. Nothing crazy, not thinning it out. No, I know who I was forgetting. I was forgetting Brent over at Ground Affected. Big shout out to you, buddy. Super proud of you and what you've done with your channel, man. That's freaking awesome. Love watching your work, dude. Ground Affected is like one of the biggest channels in the hobby. And he deserves every bit of it too. He Ground Affected, they do some fantastic work over there. and I enjoy watching his channel and checking out what he's doing and stuff. He's always got really useful tips and cool fun facts and projects going on. Um, and definitely like subscribe to his channel and like scroll down and look at some of the older videos. He's got some like stuff where he was doing remote control cars and lots of fun little projects. He even did some metallurgy. Um, I think he made a ring. That was pretty cool to watch. I've never done that kind of stuff, so it was neat learning about that. But yeah, big shout out to Ground Affected, even if he never comes to my channel and watches. I'm super thankful that he's out there. I've definitely learned a lot from his channel and always recommend him. The way I look at this YouTube community of artists that we have is that we're all brothers and sisters in this hobby. You know, we all do it for the same reasons. We love it, we enjoy it, and uh, you know, we're all supposed to be here for each other, helping each other learn and progress in this passion and hobby that we have. And I welcome all hobbies to my channel too. I don't care if you play guitar. I play guitar. I don't care if you're an oboe player. You know, whatever brought you here, I'm stoked you're here, and I want to hear about your hobbies and what you do. You can add me on Instagram, and I'll go check out your stuff. Or if you have a YouTube channel, you know, speak up now, and I'd love to come check it out. You'll get a sub out of me if I like it. And the same way about my channel too. Like if you don't like what I do, that's totally cool with me. Couldn't care less. You know, something brought you here and you came in long enough to check it out. I appreciate that. So thank you. All right, so our gloves are looking pretty good. I just want to let this paint dry a little bit more before I go ahead and peel this masking off. And while I'm doing that, I'll go ahead and clean out this paint from my airbrush. So Gambit and Jerry are talking about a Batman statue, $50. It's $50 just for the file. Is that what you're saying? Oh, and it's all one piece for the most part. You would have to cut it up yourself to make it work or something. If I'm gathering this chat correctly. Yeah, if it's $50 just for the file, then I mean, again, it is art, and you know, this person spent X amount of time sculpting and creating that file, and you know, they are free to charge whatever they want for it. And if that $50 seems to be a fair price for that person and their work, if that's what they determined, then you know, I can't really knock that personally. Um, for me personally, it's a little bit expensive for a file. Um, but I do understand it. You know, I will say that. I mean, it's like I was saying earlier when Krista kind of asked about, like, you know, how much would a statue like this Daredevil be that I'm working on? And, you know, considering time, experience, everything I put into the model, the lighting, all that's there, you know, I'm looking in, you know, if I'm going to sell this piece, it's going to be, you know, $600, you know. I think between 6 and 700 for a model this size and the amount of time I'm taking on it is a perfectly sound ask, and that's that. Somebody wants to buy it, awesome. Somebody doesn't want to buy it, also awesome. I understand that my prices are not in everyone's financial bracket, but that's what I'm going to charge for one of my pieces. I mean, it's really up to you guys, in how and what you want to charge for your art, your creation. And understandable too. I mean, digital sculpting takes a really long time to do. I don't know how to do it, but I know what goes into it. I've watched people doing it, and it's gnarly. There's no question about it. So, I mean, $50 is pretty dope. That's a costly file. You know, I at the same time I feel like, okay, you're selling art prints at that point. That's my only issue with it, with that $50 price tag. But again, it's their artwork. They're free to charge whatever they want. That's all I have to say about that. Ooh, ooh, interesting. Yeah, so Gambit, you get it too. If it's something you really want, you're gonna make it your price bracket. So I really can't knock the price. And it's like with my sculptures, the pieces I paint. I don't I don't expect anybody that can't afford it to try and buy my model. Like I don't want anybody to break their bank for it, you know. But it's here for somebody who wants to buy it. That's how I see it. I don't know. Yeah, it's crazy. The model's one piece except for the head. I mean that alone, like, dude, that's gonna be really difficult to fucking paint. All right. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and peel. Sorry. Oh, well, that's fucking just great. I really need to tighten this thing. Ah, There we go. That first tear. Here's our battle damage on the arm here. All right, that looks good. And now we'll go back in with some light gray. So it's basically like 2 drops of dark gray out of that Roy's Far bottle. I mean, you can just mix up a light gray any which way you want. Yeah, that's really all it takes. I don't need to over explain that. And I'm going to just take my little bitty brush. Yeah, but are you saying the sculpt that Jerry's doing? Yeah, it's a bitch in Batman, dude. I'm not a huge Batman guy, but like if I was gonna do a Batman, I would want it to be like something like that. Again, for anybody that's just coming in, I'm pretty much going by screen accuracy here with this with the details I'm adding to the tears in the skin and in the armor right now.
You put on your raincoat, 'cause it looks like It just might today. You grab your keys, you're out the door. Before you know where you're going. They say it's God, little kids, you're deserving of praise. Slap on the wrist, 'cause you can't help but blame yourself for your long face. Now the day passes that you don't fold your hand and ask St. Francis to find the lost blood that you lost. She left your
Oh, thanks, Krista. That's a massive compliment to me. I really, really can't thank you enough. You're way too kind. Like Bob Ross is one of my heroes growing up. That's I mean, he's still one of my heroes. I freaking love Bob Ross.
that you don't close your eyes and ask St. Francis to find the love you loved, you lost. She left, don't fuck, likes the mess. Now to tell you what to say, when to breathe, what you'll be, where you're going.
All right, so that's all the detail I want to put there. And this point, I think just a couple of silver bits on the arms, on the arm pieces here. Really only need a couple of drops for that. And again, I'm going back to my dark aluminum by Vallejo to do this part. Oh, let's see here. I need to stand up for a minute. Oh, boy. Oh, I get so into it sometimes I like forget. Oh yeah, dude, you need to stand up. Your ass is gonna freeze in place because you're fucking old. Hmm. Batman guy, dude. Oh, you sent me the link. Okay, sorry, I didn't see that. I heard something come in, but I wasn't looking. Let's take a look. Oh, this is the $50 file you guys are talking about. How do I get that big? trying to enlarge that. Yeah, that's pretty sick, Batman. It is a pretty sick Batman. I'm not the biggest Batman fan. The only Batman I've done so far was for a commission, and that was the CA3D Studios version by Carlos, where he's it's actually kind of a spin-off from an original comic book cover, where it's Batman versus Dracula. It was a series, a graphic novel that was done back in like 93 or something like that. And Batman's like standing on this pillar that just look up CA3D Studios Carlos Batman on Colts. You can find it there. It's an amazing file. It's my favorite Batman out there. It's Vampire Batman. So Batman's ears are like super extended, like they're really long. I mean, it's just bitching. And I was fortunate enough to get a commission for that one. That was an $800 commission. That one's on my Instagram. I did not. That was before I was making YouTube videos. So unfortunately, there's no footage of me painting it, but there are pictures on my Instagram if you want to see that one. But yeah, that's the only Batman I've ever done. Yeah, nothing wrong with that, Tim. You haven't seen a lot of movies. Nothing wrong with that at all, dude. I would like to say you're missing out, but I can't. If you're out there loving your life, whichever way you're loving it, man, that's all that matters. Oh, Tim, you like guitars? I've got a little. I'll try to make it short story for you. Um, Tim, are you familiar with what a harp guitar is? You ever heard of those or seen them? Seen anybody playing them? Since you're a fellow musician. Not in person, but you know what it is. Okay. So, um, years ago, years ago, Crystal likes guitars too. Awesome. I don't know how anybody couldn't like guitar. I'm a fellow musician. I like to play. I don't like to call myself a musician. Actually, I'd prefer to just say I'm somebody who likes to noodle around and play music. I've been playing instruments since I was about 15 years old. Um, so got a little bit of experience there. But anyways, many years ago, I was turned on to a guitar player by the name of Michael Hedges. Um, and one of the instruments he pulled out when he was playing was called a harp guitar. It was made by Knutson back in 1913, if I remember right. Absolutely beautiful instrument. You got a six-string guitar with a overextended, like a second neck that comes out and has harp strings on it. And the harp strings are strung really low, so like single note bass tones. And it can be like four, five, six, seven, eight, 10 harp strings, however many you want on there. I've seen them with zithers on them too. Like, you'll have real high end strings below the six string guitar part. Anyways, for some crazy reason, I decided to go on Amazon the other day and look them up just on a whim. Just, I wonder if anybody's selling a fucking harp guitar on Amazon. And lo and behold, there's a company called K-Tone that has a harp guitar for sale on Amazon. And for the price, I was like, holy shit, I could actually afford to purchase one of my dream instruments right now. I mean, I'm just absolutely mind blown by this. Can't be true. So I go on and I look on some YouTube videos and stuff. Guitar, yep. And and I went on, looked at some YouTube videos and shit and checked it out. And, it seemed like a pretty decent, you know, there's a few negative reviews out there, but that was mainly like shipping issues and stuff, like shipping mishandling type of shit. And I said, well, for this price, I can try out one of my dream guitars, and it's got a zither attached to it. Like, why the fuck not? You only live once, right? So I bought it, and it's going to be delivered next Friday. So next Friday's live stream, I'm going to have probably no. If it comes before the live stream, hopefully I'll be able to show it to you guys. These things are fucking bonkers. Whether or not it'll be tuned, I would not expect it to come perfectly tuned. Um, so there will be some work there. The zither part I know has to be tuned with a piano tuner. It's like a special tool that you use to tune pianos with. So I ordered one of those. It's already been delivered, so I'll be able to tune it. But yeah, I am extremely, extremely excited to try this thing out and get to play one for the very first time in my life. I've been wanting one for probably 30 years. It's been since I've been wanting one. I've never played one, never had the opportunity to meet somebody that had one. So now I'm getting my own. I mean, these things typically retail like for a really decent one. You're looking at 5,000, 10,000. I've seen them at 15 to $20,000 for one of these instruments. So I'm just over the moon excited to get to try this thing out. So again, a little bit of dry brushing momentarily. I do have a panel line detail I need to do on the metal on his gauntlets here. Bring that detail out on these gauntlets and darken that metal up a little bit more. And also bring it around the straps to separate the material. It'll put a little bit of a sheen to them so they look a little more like leather. And it'll kind of differentiate between that material and the gauntlet material on the armor. Your Dean Vendettas come in almost already tuned. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes it's crazy when something like comes in like that and you're like, fuck, I don't have to do anything. Like when you get a, when you, if you're in 3D printing, you know, you get a 3D printer in the mail. If you get to just plug that thing in and it works great, you start getting prints off on the first try. Like, you know, you got a good piece of equipment. Not trying to rub anything in, Gambit. All right, Gambit, you're off to bed, dude. Thank you so much again for staying in the chat and hanging out with us all today. Again, guys, go check out Gambit Neo's page if you're into this sort of thing. Gambit and I have totally different styles, but we both like to paint, and he started live streaming recently, and we're having a lot of fun watching those. So please go over and give him some love, subscribe, like, and don't forget to hit the subscribe and like button here too. And of course, the Bean 3D. Big shout out to Bean over there. You guys turning out some cool work. We can't wait to see. Grumpy Vet Creations. Looking forward to seeing your stuff. You guys go check these people out. You know, if you want to get some more and different content than what you're watching right now, I highly recommend their channels. They're doing really good work over there. Just want to let these dry for a minute. We'll hit them with the blow dryer here. Another little tiny bit of dry brushing here with a little bit of deck tan. And again, this is just to bring up some highlights. I like to test it out on my hand a little bit, make sure I got the right consistency. And we're just going to do some light highlights here, bring up these edges, help that detail pop a little bit on the gloves. Starts doing makeup. Yeah, basically. I actually use a lot. I use makeup brushes a lot for dry brushing. Like this right here, this is like one of my favorite types of brushes to use for dry brushing, and this is just from a cheap makeup kit that you can get on Amazon, like $6, $8 or something like that, and they work great. I usually use this one for like dry brushing, like large bases and stuff, like something that the character's going to be standing on. Little bit of rouge. We're going to do the same thing to the other hand, and you can tell when you're looking at it too. Like before I do the dry brushing, it really helps the details pop on these little intricate parts. There's very delicate detail in the gauntlets and stuff that you can't really see, and then when you start dry brushing, that detail starts to pop out. It really helps it stand out, and it gives it a more natural look, that lights hitting it and jumping off these little wrinkles and stuff like that. You could see that happening while I'm doing it. Really, just a few strokes just brings out the strongest amount of detail. I don't want to do it too heavy either, so I'm just going for the parts where the light's hitting it. And that being said, we are done with our arms. And it's time to glue some shit together, which is one of my favorite parts of doing this. Um, where's my glue? Here we go. So I'm going to just feed a couple of drops of glue down there. And basically, once I start gluing stuff on, I'm getting close to being done with the model, which always makes me really happy because that means I get to start working on another one. And that being said, up next, in case anybody's wondering what I'm going to do next, um, Sanix 3D did two companions for this Daredevil series, and one of them is Elektra, and the other one is the Punisher. And I plan on doing both of those right after this. But up next is going to be Elektra. They should look really hot standing next to each other because both bases will be lighting up. Lieutenant Dan, you ain't got no legs. Let me see here. There's a brush that makes up for it. Yep. I have so many fucking brushes, man. There's always a brush for everything you need to do. Jerry. That was good. That was funny. With the gluing part, I try to stay. I mean, this is kind of common sense, but I try to stay as close to the center with the glue as I can because I don't want it to kind of squeeze out along the edges. You want that to be invisible. I always get so excited when I finally get to glue something on. That being said, too, that means I got to get to work on printing Electra. If anybody wants me to do another tutorial on setting up a print, I'd be happy to show you guys that process again. Leave a comment in the chat if you want to see me do that, and I can arrange to make another live stream showing you guys the setup process. That was way too funny. Dude, this is why we miss you, Jerry. We fucking love your shit, dude. You're always funny. You always got something witty and fun to say in the chat. Same with Tim, too. Tim's got a good sense of humor. Oh, this is looking bitchin'. And so his eyes are done. The lenses, you can see those kind of coming through a bit. Why is the focus off so bad? You get the idea. And then, of course, this is my favorite part of this model still. I love this. This is Jerry's light. Jerry, thank you again for the suggestion. I fucking love these lights, man. So here's Daredevil. Go ahead and turn his light on here. And then boom. That just looks sick. I'm really, really happy with the way this is turning out so far. So the only thing I have left to do on the body is his face, which I'm going to probably keep pretty simple. I don't even think I'm going to airbrush this. I think I'm just going to hand paint it straight on, including the stubble. And that's going to be the final live stream. So basically, all we have left to do is to finish the staff. I've got some metal elements here. Got to finish airbrushing the tip with the reds. So that's like 15, 20 minutes worth of work there. And then we'll paint these bags up really quick, which are pretty much like nothing. And then we'll do the lower half of the portrait on Monday when I live stream. Tuesday, I probably will not be live streaming because I am having a procedure done. Um, I'm getting an epidural on my neck, in which case I was not aware of this, but apparently they're knocking me out for that, which is good because I'm pretty fucking nervous about having somebody stick a big ass needle in my. The needle for this is like that long, and they're going into my neck, into the spinal cord, spinal column, I guess, for this epidural. And I don't know how I'm going to be feeling after that. From what I've understood, though, most people feel pretty damn good after that. So hopefully that's how I'm feeling. My wife's taking the day off to make sure I'm okay, though. Other than that, Monday I plan on having this model done. Thank you, Krista. I appreciate it. Tim, thank you guys. Thank you, thank you. I am really happy with the way it's turned out so far. I think him and Electra are gonna be looking pretty dope, standing next to each other. I just realized something too. I just glued him to the base, but I have another base that I was gonna interchange between the two of them, and that's not happening now because he's fucking on there. He's not going anywhere. He's not going to be put on another base. So that's the base. That's what we got. But yeah, I'm really stoked on the way he's turned out. Really happy with the details on the costume, the arms and everything. It blends really well. Yeah, I'm totally pleased with this. Yep. Good times. Good times. Here. Well, it is 5 o'clock. I guess I'm gonna need to make a second Daredevil. No, I think this one's good for now. I'm pretty I'm pretty set with this one. If anybody does want to buy this in the United States, this guy is for sale. It'd be 600 USD, and that will include shipping and everything. In case anybody wants to buy it, just putting that out there. Otherwise, I'm gonna hang on to it. Yep. Now I have an extra base, so yeah, who knows? You're not wrong though. I mean, the good part about Daredevil in this way is I chose to do the Daredevil from Born Again. I can do the costume completely different and do it without the battle scars and the painted over black. I can do a different Daredevil iteration and put that one on the base. No no worries there. I definitely have something I could use to make another Daredevil, and the base is already done. The other base I did is in clear resin. I can show you guys that. So here's the other one. I don't have the insert in it yet. There's an insert that goes inside, and that's what you put the light in. I already cut the channel out. I did that in the slicer. So that's the channel for the wiring. And then you just put the insert in. I would have to cut this out a little bit right here so the insert would fit, because it did have a layer shift here, but that's not a big deal. Um, but yeah, the whole thing would glow. And I still have some stuff to touch up on it and everything. I wanted to dry brush the skulls and everything. But the way the light would shine through this is really cool. And yeah, the idea we were trying to go for on this one was kind of Gambit's idea. Like, what about printing it in clear and making it look like what Daredevil sees? If you've seen the show, he has this like bat vision, shimmery red. You just have to see it. I'm not going to be able to describe it because it's so ethereal and trippy looking, but that's what I'm basically trying to replicate with this base, is to show it the way Daredevil would see it, you know. So yeah, might have to do another Daredevil. I don't know. Got this big old lump of resin here I got to do something with. Well, guys and girls, I'm gonna have to call it a day. My wife's probably wondering why I'm not upstairs already. But yeah, thank you guys so much again for stopping by and hanging out in the chat today. I hope you guys all have an amazing weekend. I freaking love you guys. And big shout outs to all the other model makers and creators out there. Love you guys. Jerry, thanks again for stopping by. Tim, Krista, Bean, fucking love you guys. I wish you the best and hope you're feeling great all weekend. And Other than that, happy 3D printing, happy painting, happy hobbying, guys. Have a nice day, and I'll see you soon. Toodles.